Here are all the new vehicles that are currently in the Hornet Sting dev server, and there are more going to be coming soon. First up for the United States, we have the premium F-18C Early. It's going to be placed in 12.7 air and 12.3 ground. It does get access to a wide range of ground pounding ordnance, brand new walleyes, and the brand new AIM-7P. Next up, we have the F-18A. It's going to be placed in 12.7 air and 12.0 ground. It'll have access to AIM-9Ms and the AIM-7Ps, although they're not in the dev server yet for it. And it'll be placed right before the F-14s, which are being grouped together. Then after the F-14s, the F-18C Late is going to be placed at 14.0 air and 12.7 ground. You do get access to up to 10 AIM-120Bs, and you also get AIM-9Ms. On top of all that, you get a really good selection of ground pounding ordnance. Finally, for the United States, they're getting the XM246 right above the M427. This brand new SPAA is going to be placed at 8.3 in ground realistic battles. It does get dual 35mm cannons, kind of like a Gepard, and it also gets access to DM23 APDS rounds. Germany is getting access to an 8.0 light tank named the Clovis, and it is a premium. It is placed at rank 5 with a 105mm cannon, a 20mm autocannon, and a 5-second reload. Germany is also getting access to a premium helicopter named the Tiger Had, which is kind of like the French one, except this one gets Hellfire missiles. Otherwise, there's nothing really special about it currently in the dev server. As for Russia, they are getting access to the Su-30SM being placed at 14.0 air and 12.7 ground. It is the first vehicle in-game to feature 3D thrust vectoring. It also has access to the brand new R77-1 missiles, which are basically equivalent to AIM-120Cs. On top of that, it gets basically every ground pounding ordnance Russia could possibly have, and it's going to be placed underneath the Su-27SM. Currently, right now, it is an absolute monster in the dev server. Russia's also getting access to 2 tank destroyers. They are the 2 S-19M1 and the M2. The M1's placed at 7.0 and the M2 is placed at 7.3. They have the same exact modifications in rounds, except the M2 has an autoloader with a reload rate of 6 seconds. Meanwhile, the M1 is stuck with an autoloader stuck at 7.5 seconds. Additionally, the M2 variant is a squadron vehicle. And let me tell you, these things are massive, and so's the rounds. They feature a 152mm cannon, and you'll be able to find the M1 underneath the Object 268. Russia is also getting a brand new coastal vessel. It's the SM-4 placed at 1.3 underneath the D3 reserve boat. There's nothing really special about it. For Great Britain, they are getting the Harry Hopkins Mark 1 light tank at 2.3 placed right underneath the Sark Mark 6. What makes it stand out is the fact that it has pretty good armor for a light tank in this BR, and additionally it has a shoulder stabilizer. Great Britain is also getting a brand new SPAA called the Rapier. It is placed at 10.0 and it's right above the Stormer AD/HVM. It does come equipped with brand new missiles with 22.5 Gs of overload, but they have extremely short guidance time of 15 seconds. Great Britain is also getting access to a brand new reserve coastal vessel called the MTB-35. Again, nothing special. What is special is Great Britain is getting access to the HMS Warspite. This is going to be a 7.0 battleship with a brand new round, which is a 381mm APC round with 624mm of pen, but with the highest pen being 657mm. Overall, this should be a really good battleship for Great Britain. Japan is getting access to a brand new blue water ship called the Matsu, placed at 3.7, placed right after the Mami. They are also getting a brand new reserve ship called the Type T14 Mod 2, and it's going to be for the coastal fleet. China's only vehicle for this update is the J11B, placed right after the J11A, and it's being placed at 14.0 air and 12.7 ground. You do get access to PL8s and PL12s, and it's pretty much just an upgrade from the A version. Italy's getting a brand new premium tank placed at rank 7 called the Ariete C. I can't say its actual name. It can have a reload rate of 5 seconds, it has DM53, and it's placed at 11.7. Italy is also getting access to a brand new Tornado called the Tornado IDS MLU, placed at 11.3, folded with the current Tornado IDS 1995. Currently, it has absolutely nothing in the dev server and still needs to be modeled. Finally, for Italy, they are getting access to a blue water ship called the Grey Skull, and it is placed at 3.7, and it's right below the Aquila. Moving on to France, they are also getting access to the same exact Clovis Germany is getting, except this is going to be a GE premium and not a pack premium. France is also getting access to another Tiger helicopter, this time the EC665 HAC. It is going to be placed in 12.0, and it's going to be folded with the current Tiger Had EC665. France is getting a lot of ships, and one of them is the Marne for the coastal fleet, placed at 3.0, right underneath the L9059. Another coastal vessel is the Aconit. placed at 2.3 underneath the MTB-96. But wait, there's more. France is getting a brand new reserve coastal vessel called the VTB-12, and additionally right underneath that, they're getting another coastal vessel called the VTB-18. Basically the same exact ship. Sweden is getting access to the Finnish F-18C. It does not have any ground attack ordnance, although it does have AM-120Bs and AM-9Ms. And it will be placed right underneath the current MiG-21 Finn. It'll be placed at 14.0 air and 12.7 ground. And finally, Israel is getting a top-tier air premium, the F-16 Nets. It is going to be placed at 12.7 air and 12.0 ground. It gets access to Python 3s, AM-9Ls, and some Mavericks to help with some ground pounding. This Nets is considered one of the best F-16s currently in the game.